Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'll be showing you how to create some customized charts in Excel, which are very dynamic. And as you are aware that visualization is better than text. And in the corporate world, we use a lot of visualization to capture certain elements that could be otherwise difficult to capture using masses, mountains of text or figures. So let's carry the job. And if you require the file that I'm using, you can kindly email me. My email address is fkkapepe@gmail.com. Let's start, guys. So the first thing, suppose you have all these dates. These dates you want to capture, you want to know what the budget was for a particular transaction, maybe the actuals. Sorry. So you want to compare the budget against the actual. I know in the next few videos that I'll be producing, I'll actually show you how to be specific in your analysis, what type of elements you should bring in. Suppose if you're saying you want to check on overtime, and maybe you want to restrict your time from January only to February, or February to March, or whatever, or even just a range of 6 months, I'll be able to show you that in the forthcoming videos that I'll be producing. So let's just come up with dummy figures in here. I'll do like this. I'll say run between 45, 4760 and divide by 10.3. It's supposed to be 45,000. Okay. Now the figures. Yes, suppose you have run between 530 and I'll kill the formula. Okay, we can now start. I've created this data. So the first thing that we're going to do, we'll come up with a start date, end date, we'll name this range as date. I'll call this date. So we'll have to come up with a drop-down list. Say out VB. Create this as a list, and I'll call this date. Control D. So we have dates here. I'll start with this on 17th, maybe to 29th. I need to use the date formatting. Wow, this is good now. From there, what next? I have to create, if I was to create this, I also create a chart of this kind. So just select or edit this, the series name. So call the series name as budget. Go to series 2 as well, edit that. The series name shall be called actuals. Okay. So the problem we have here, what we want to do, the objective is, if I change the range, it should be able to change. The chart should be able to respond to the changes in the drop down. Okay. So I'll use a function called index, and I'll combine it with a match to give me what I want or to achieve the objective for this particular task. So say, because the formula would be index with the index for the first date and the index for the second date. So this is how the formula is going to be. So start to say equals index. So the array here, the array means the range. So the range, I'll pick this, which is the date. Then I want to pick the row, but it will be very difficult for me to be very specific of which row I should pick. So I'll definitely need to use a function called match. So type match. So under match, which value should I look up? I'll look up the start date here and I'll lock it. Then I'll go to the lookup array, which is basically the lookup range. The lookup range in this case, it is date, so I'll just type date. And I have to be precise. I want to get the exact match. And this exact match is going to be represented by 0. If I pick 1, then what I'm saying is that I can find anything that is closer to what I want is fine. If it's John, I find Joe, let the function or the formula pick. But I don't want to do that. If I want to find the word David, I should find David. If it's Rashford, I get Rashford. So the exact match, which would be 0 there. In Excel, when you see the bracket being red, this bracket is red, then it means that it is not complete. You need to have another bracket until it turns black like this. Thank you. So we'll go to another part, which in this case we'll say index again. So under index, we'll still pick date, comma. The row type will pick March. Then the lookup value we're going to pick is the end date, and I'm going to lock it. Then the lookup area, I'll still pick date. and the exact match. Close it. So let me pick the date format. It doesn't matter if it gives you a value error, don't get so worried. Just check whether what you have done is correct by highlighting the whole formula, and you press F9 key. So it is actually going to show, if there are errors, it's going to show you that what you have done, there are typical errors in it. So do not get worried about this. So having done this, also have to do similar functions on budgets, the similar formula on budget and actuals, and I'll tweak it a bit. So I can say Control D. I'll have to edit this. So how do I edit it? I'll start with the index, the first indexed. In this case, so instead of picking this range, the date, I'll pick the budget. And I'll have to lock it by pressing F4 key. Similarly, this side, I'll do the same. And I'll pick that. Oh my God, I made a mistake. It's supposed to be B39. B39, okay? So I'll leave the dates inside the match function because it's just a lookup. Just looking up where the dates are, looking up the budget figures or the actual figures. So I'll leave them. These will remain as is in here and there. Thank you. So I'll do the same with the actuals. So I'll change for the actuals, it's C, column C. So we'll have this, and we'll have there, C, okay. But we will not have the date functions, the date formats. So I'll need to change these date formats, values to money, okay. So you can see on 17th, what was the is it 17th? Okay, let me go to 28th. They don't seem to tally. To 5. Okay, so okay, we'll verify the data later. But it shows what does, okay, let me leave it for now. Then after doing this, we can now comfortably change the range, because if I come in here, the problem that I have, I cannot create a formula to change this range. Similarly, if I come this side, I cannot create a formula inside this dialog box to change the range based on the selection that I'll be making on the dates. So the only thing that I need to do is to go to the name manager, create customized names. Then now it is actually going to be slightly simpler for me to achieve the set objective. So I'll start with this one. Sorry. I'll copy this formula here, the whole lot, copy it. Go to the name manager, under formulas, get this, create a new name. So I'm going to call this as date range. Date range. Then I'll change this to get this, change this formula here. Sorry about that. So I've called that as date range. So if I come here, it actually shows me the range of this. So I'll close. I'll create another one. If I create the other one, say close. Copy this formula again for the budget. Copy it. Then go to formulas, go to name range, pick new. I'll call this as budget and change this formula. Paste the formula there. Right. So if I come here, basically shows me the range, meaning that all that I've done is at least at this stage it is correct. Then go to this for the actuals, pick the index, copy, go to the formulas, sorry, go to the name manager, new, and I'm going to call it actual. Change the formula there to that. Okay, we are ready to go. Then now we can get into this chart and try to change some few things. So if I go to the budget, say edit here, the B2, B2 to B8, I'm going to change this and I'll call it budget. The same names that I've created in the name manager. Okay. Then I'll go to the actuals and I'll do the same as well. I'll come here, change this part and call it actual. The same logic should flow through all the variables for this particular chart. So we have 3 variables for the chart. We have the date, we have the budget, and the actual. So I'll edit and do the same here. I hope I haven't forgotten what I called it. I think I called it date range. Okay. And I create this, change here, and call it performance analysis. such that if I change the date from to 21st, I change here, for example, to 10th, I should be able to see that the budget against the actual. So if I go to this and say I change 17th, I should be able to see from 17th to 10th and change this part, for example, to 23rd. Thank you so much. If you require this file, kindly send me an email. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.